The return of the NBA big man is upon us. As the Golden State Warriors formed a championship dynasty, the very fabric of the NBA changed, and so did the importance of the genuine big man. The Warriors were led by sharpshooters Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, who were lighting up the league from beyond the arc. Because of this, front offices around the association tried to emulate what they were doing to achieve success, and most notably, the Houston Rockets took a step further, adopting the notion of attempting nearly 50 threes per game, with every team seemingly wanting to get smaller, faster, space the floor, and shoot more threes. Traditional centers and power forwards were relegated to the bench and forced to watch their roles disappear in the blink of an eye. It seems like forever, but the tide is finally starting to turn with the return of the conventional bigs in the rotation. We recently saw Denver Nuggets' Nikola Jokic shine in the playoffs, and the Los Angeles Lakers power forward Anthony Davis crowned an NBA champion. In doing so, both players proved there's still very much a place for big men when it matters most. This is important because this upcoming draft presents an opportunity for front offices to change their mindset, with James Wiseman and Onyeka Okongwu ready to enter the league. This upcoming draft is unique in the fact it's arguably deepest at the center position, which is something that hasn't been the case for a long time. Wiseman and Okongwu lead the charge, as both players are excellent prospects in their own right. With that being said, let's take a look at what the players bring to the table. James Wiseman. Before even hitting the weight room in the NBA, Wiseman is already one of the most physically gifted players in the class. Standing at a legitimate 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan, he already has a monstrous physique. A #1 recruit coming out of high school, Wiseman has dominated the competition with his combination of size, length, and overall skill. The potential of being a true franchise player is very much a reality for the 19-year-old. As one NBA scout revealed, "I think Wiseman is the guy that can be the #1 player from this class if all goes well for him. There's one player right now that I can see as a true solidified NBA talent that can be a legitimate top guy and starter in the league, and it's him. He's rare. I think highly of him because of his skill and size and what he'll be positionally in the NBA. Hopefully as he gets older, he'll understand how to immerse himself in an NBA game with an NBA roster around him." Wiseman will likely join the list of players bucking the trend against marginalizing big men and become the face of a franchise, a rare feat as a center. He may have featured in just 3 games in college, but his displays confirmed his potential. Questions still remain on his ability to step away from the basket and extend his game beyond the 3-point line, but these things will likely eventuate as he develops at the next level. Arguably the best overall defensive player on the draft board, organizations will have no issues acquiring their defensive anchor for potentially the next decade. Onyeka Okongwu. Okongwu is seen as a less sexier prospect in comparison to Wiseman, but his potential is equally as promising at the next level. His measurements don't jump off the page like Wiseman's does, but he still comes with a rangy 6'9" frame and 7'1" wingspan. Okongwu is more of a wild card when analyzing his game. His upside is ridiculously high, and has drawn comparisons with Miami Heat All-Star Bam Adebayo due to his versatility out on the floor. He can guard multiple positions, has a high-level handle, and impressive passing to go along with desirable traits in traditional big men such as high motor, excellent screen setter, rim runner, and ability to alter shots. Additionally, Okongwu may be undersized at the center position, but that didn't affect his block percentage at USC last season at 9.8%, ranking him top 30 in the nation at college level. The 19-year-old also shines on the defensive end, especially with his efficiency from the center position. Last campaign, he rated first in Pac-12 among all players in effective field goal percentage and true shooting percentage. Like all prospects in the draft, there is still some questions surrounding his game. It's widely recognized that 6'9" interior scorers are not common in today's NBA. Concerns also loom on whether he can really find his role, as he does a lot of things good, but nothing necessarily at an elite level. Nevertheless, these are minor concerns when nitpicking a truly game-changing prospect. His true position at NBA level is yet to be determined, but whether he occupies the center, power forward, or small forward position, Okongwu will no doubt be a difference maker for whoever selects him on draft night. Where do they both fit? The questions surrounding Wiseman and Okongwu Okongwu isn't whether they have bright futures, but rather which team can maximize their potential moving forward. For Wiseman, the Golden State Warriors and Charlotte Hornets make the most sense. The Warriors fielded the shortest term in the league last season and have lacked production from the front court even with all their success. As a constant lob threat surrounding Curry and Thompson, his fit with the Warriors could elevate them back to championship favorites. As for Okongwu, he has a wider range of potential suitors when pairing his skill set. In reality, all franchises could use his versatility and all-star potential, and on draft night he could be selected anywhere from 4th to 10th depending on who invests in his upside. With that being said, Okongwu could flourish in a place like Washington, where he'd play alongside John Wall and Bradley Beal. Considering they don't have all that much talent on the wings or in the front court, Okongwu could have a certain level of freedom and creativity he may not have in other situations. Throw in the fact he can play with both Wall and Beal in transition, and the Wizards could have a nice trio on their hands. Both players are leading the charge for the return of the big man, but who would you bank on moving forward? Let us know in the comments.